Hello traders, this is a DAX recap video for Thursday, March the 7th, and today we had quite a monster truck rally with the ECB press conference and a lot of chop before it. I said in the morning notes that was the main events for today. Also for DAX components had earnings, but that really didn't have any impact. That bull bear zone now is a reference point and may be placed to initiate trade on a pullback, and that was the first idea. And just to emphasize that on the larger time frames you can make a conclusion looking at that 240-minute daily chart that downside risk is bigger. But as I said on Twitter, you never know with the bulls. They always want higher highs, and even if you are going to favor short side and try to short on some kind of good location, if that doesn't yield you any result, and if it is obvious that you're not getting any a desired number of points, then you will think about your idea. Is your idea still valid? Because as always, if you are going to enter a trade again, you will enter a trade again if you are stopped on break even, if the trade idea is still valid. But if it is not valid, then you're either not going to trade or you are going to switch sides. Why am I telling you this? Because as said on Twitter, this zone that I have called basement door, because this here is the March 4th low, and we had this gap here that was filled today at 10.50. I just want to emphasize that again, this is DAX cash index chart. Gap wasn't filled by this move here. Gap was filled today. And let's go back to the charts now. First opportunity for us was after they tested the March low at 8 a.m., so in the pre-market session, they made this kind of move right into the bull bear zone. And this first test was short for us, looking for a move to the zone again and seeking a breakdown. Why? Because higher time frames were suggesting that could be a possibility, and also that DAX was lagging behind the US markets and could make a catch-up move to them. But today is a special day because of the ECB that is dominantly European subject and European news, and will impact DAX much more than US markets. And the DAX could chop into it, and they did. And as said on Twitter, this here, from this shorting from here, is a bearish opportunity for the traders that are seeking breakdown. But for the bulls, this here, this testing of support, this is just for them, just false break of the bull bear zone and false break of the March 4th low. Or this here, this few points below March 4th low. I will just make this line thicker so we can see this. So this is the line here. You see this is the March 4th low. And the situation here was unclear. I was joking on Twitter with this Johnny, the door breaker. I hope you don't mind my jokes. Killing some time with it. And we had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts. And then, if you are shorting here, you don't get any results from this, only like just 30 points. And now you have the option 1 is to close, and option 2 is to wait. Are they going to, like on 6th or 7th test, to really break this support? And now time is not your friend, because news are coming. And as said many times before, markets, not only DAX, but S&P and other indices, like to spend time on inflection zones or on larger time frame support and resistance areas in front of the news to get information, to get input from this kind of news where to go next. And this here, this monster candle here was right at 145. And on 145 this was this first part, main refinancing rate and monetary policy statement. And this statement is something that an algo is going to read in 2 seconds. So therefore there is nothing for us, to analyze here. Algos already analyze that. If you are going to watch that on 1 minute chart, look at this. This is that candle. It is a monster 1 minute candle. And if you are going to, chase that move, if you are not, entering long from here when you observe that this is just testing, and now you are long from here, seeking a move and risking. Because if you would get a candle like this to the downside, you will be stopped and with the good slippage also. So this is the risk. And this here is for breakout chasers and for more experienced traders. They will jump in right after that first 1 minute candle, or here, because candle close of this 5 minute candle are right there at these rejection tails. And then you will place your stop, because this trade has absolutely nothing to do with zones. It is a momentum-based trade. It's basically buying a breakout as it goes, and you're going to put your stop just below that breakout candle, because this one here, this is a breakout candle. And if it is a breakout on news-driven move, then price shouldn't really go below this, at least for a while. And when you see that they're, losing steam here, that is a place for you to close anywhere here, because they didn't make it to the zone. Unfortunately, they didn't. Because going into the zone, or maybe even to this spike or to here, that would give us a good, shorting setup. But they just did this, and only a visionary trader would realize that this place here is a good for short, because this is nowhere. This isn't in the zone. They didn't made a move for us to understand that maybe we could really short there. And for the ones that did short here, I congratulate them. And after that, when they pull back here, you're not going to do anything here, not going to buy that pullback or anything, because this is the time when US market is going to open, and now it's time for you to switch and to observe what are they going to do. And they just, this one here, this candle, this here, is the opening of the New York Stock Exchange, and they immediately slammed their markets down, and of course DAX followed. And now you have the same trade chasing a breakdown, basically chasing a fast move down, if you are quick enough to short here and to place your stop above this. Both of these trades, those trades are very, very difficult trades. Let's make some additional symbol there, and so those two very, very difficult trades for execute. And now we have this. We have the support that is broken and now should act as a resistance if you draw a fib of this entire move. And I said on Twitter when this move was over that we could probably have high of the day and low of the day, and we did have almost 1 8-year move and even more, like 165 points from here to here. And this zone now should act as resistance, and it did act as a resistance, but only for the 30 points and nothing more. So basically on the 40 on the 30 points, it was a good idea to unload a bit. I had that trade, I unloaded a majority here and wait with my runner for 50, but I didn't get that 50. Instead that runner ran back to me. So it was really frustrating day. No easy trades there. In hindsight, we can say that this long here was the easiest trade, because this shorting this stop was very hard. But market showed us some level of volatility, and if it's going to continue to be more volatile, then we could get some better trades in the next days. And tomorrow you will get an updated and adjusted chart with zones, because a lot of these zones now needs adjustment. And that is it for me. I wish you good trading and good night.